So the topic we have today is a topic that is very, very dear to me, okay? And it's titled How to Validate and Monetize a Business Idea. Because I know exactly what it feels like when you have a lot of ideas in your head and you're wondering which one will be viable, which one should I monetize? How do I go about it? I'm tired of my 9 to 5. How do I even get into the business world? Can I be an entrepreneur? What do I need to do? Those were exactly how I felt in 2010 when I left the banking system. I had my third baby, and my HOP called me and said, Madam, we know you've been very good. You've been doing your work diligently, but they gave me two options. The first option was to, resume after 1 month. That's 1 month maternity leave. The second option was to quit. And then I was, being that was my third baby, I already knew the implication of throwing back a month-old baby into the world. I didn't want to come to the office with my baby. So I took the option of quitting the job. But it was a much easier decision for me to take at the time because my husband's business had begun to pick up, But something happened about 2 to 3 months after I left that banking job. My husband's business crashed. I needed to be seeing the person talking to you there. So his business collapsed. And then he was an internet provider, installing dishes and all that. So the likes of MTN and all of that came up. And all of a sudden, he didn't have a business again. And there I was with 3 kids and not having the ability or the wherewithal, the capacity to feed my children. But the worst of it was my newborn. If you're a mother here, you will understand what I'm saying. You will know that when you're anxious, you don't lactate well. So exclusive breastfeeding was out of it for me. So I needed money to buy my baby's food. You see, that's why they say at times, no matter how bad the country is, the poor suffer it the most. If I hadn't been anxious, I would have been lactating well. But then I was struggling with the fact that I didn't have money to buy, to feed my children. I was anxious and I was not lactating well. So I needed 3K on one of those days. Some days we leave an indelible mark in you that no matter how high you climb, you never forget. So on that day, I needed 3,000 to buy my baby's food. And I called a friend of mine who was a banker with me then. And I asked her to lend me 3,000. And she told me that all she had in the house was 20K. That I should wait for the husband to get back. She would know how much the husband had. Then she would know how much to give me. That wasn't a bad response, but it crushed me. I was mad with the bank, first of all, for putting me in such a mess. And I was angry with my friend because I felt, oh, she should understand. She should have known that I was talking about my newborn. But on a second thought, I was like, this lady does not owe me anything. You don't know what is happening in her life. And I felt, okay, that was a useless sense of entitlement. What do I need to do now? And I did the only thing I could do. I looked around me. I took a decision that never again will I work for anyone and never again will I beg. Of course, that's the story for another day. And I've never begged since that day. But something drastic happened. The next day I got up, I went to the bookshop. I was looking for a book that could teach me what to do. I said I needed to take my life in my hands. I said enough was enough. The only thing I could do was to see a woman that was selling confectionaries around that area, and she taught me how to fry chin-chin, and that became me. Whether you like it or not, that launched me into the entrepreneurial world. I knew that chin-chin wasn't going to take me to where I wanted to be, but at least it was a leeway, it was an opening, okay? And then I began to, read. I read one of the books I read that changed my life was Eat That Free. And I read another book, The Richest Man in Babylon, that taught me how to save. So I was thinking of what business I was going to go into. What was I going to do? Of course, I had my family to cater for. I had my husband to support. I had my children's school fees. I had all of that. What was I going to do? And there I was thinking of so many businesses, and something came to my head. I knew that I wanted to go into the food business, but what food business was I going to do? I knew that things like crayfish, fish, and all that were out of it. I didn't like them because they smell. So the only thing I could go into was packaged. And then I looked around, and the one that I could start with the little money I was saving was noodles. And that was how I got into the noodles business. So what I'm sharing with you today, I'm going to share some real life lesson. That's how I love to run my webinars. I share ideas from what I've learned and what I've seen people do, so that I know that whatever we're giving you today is not just from the sky. They've been tried and tested, and they've been shown to work over and over again. Okay, so I entered that noodles business, and with the lessons I'll be sharing with you today, I grew that business to have 3 depots in FCT. This was one of my depots, one of my offices, the one in Kubwa. I had a depot in Kubwa, I had a depot in Suleja, I had a depot in Buari. I grew that business and I implemented, like I said, applied the lessons you're going to hear today. And I grew that business to a 7-figure business. And then it escalated. I grew to a 9-figure business and multiple 9-figure businesses. This is a later office, multiple 9-figure businesses. Then I thought, okay, can I really say that I've gotten the system that can launch any business into 7 figures, 8 or 9? And I decided, okay, that's, my people say that it's only a fool that argues with results. That's the 9 figures. It's just 2 years print there. You can see that from 1st of January to 1st of December, just 2 years. And I did this multiple times. So I said, can I really do this with another person? Can I do it in another industry? And yes, I entered the connected economy and I did the same thing. I built an 8-figure business. Look at it there. Total commission is showing you there. And I said, okay, could it be about me? Can I try this with a mentee or a teammate or something? And I did that and I built another 8-figure business. And I knew that I had hit jackpot. So what happens now is I derive pleasure in sharing it with people. By the way, building a 9-figure business gave me the opportunity to live life on my terms. I'm sure you're looking towards having a good life, being able to travel around the world, being able to live in neighborhoods that, that are very pleasing. You go and you're rested well. That was what I was able to achieve, okay? And that lifestyle enabled me to go on vacations as much as I would have loved. In fact, I never believed I could travel as much as I have done, all right? Yes, being on vacation with my husband, I tell you, there is nothing that sustains love, more than money. Love is good, but something sustains love. And you want to make so much money that you'll be able to travel with your better half, with your partner, all right, with your children, and you go on vacations, okay? That's what life is all about. This life is one, I don't know about reincarnation, but as far as I'm here, I might as well make the best use of this one. So these are some of the places I've been to, living life on my terms, but then it's not about me. I love to use this medium to, impact as many lives. And when you begin to do this, you see that this saying that you're the average of 5 persons closest to you is real. It is very true. It is absolutely true, okay? I've been able to receive awards both inside and outside the country as well. This was when I was given the Ambassador for Peace award. So these are things that I've been able to achieve from frying chin-chin. I needed to follow the story so that you know that whatever it is you're passing through, it does not matter. What matters is where you're headed. What matters is what you do with the lessons you're going to gain here today. Don't just be a hearer, but anytime you hear, be able to implement. Yes, this is where I derive pleasure now, being able to impact lives, because that is what my life has turned out to be. These are some of my mentees. So now let's look at how to validate and monetize that business idea of yours in just 7 easy steps. By the way, if you have a pen and paper, I need you to tell me, do you have a pen and paper around you? You can't be attending webinar, especially if you're not here for the first time. If you've been in my webinars, you know that I love you to write. A lot of people start off and they start off with confusion, and at the end of the day, they are neither here nor there. So we want to be able to know that the business idea we want to go into is such that can be monetized and scaled up to 7, 8, 9 figures, as the case may be. So let's dive right in, okay? So like I said, I will give you this in 7 easy steps. And these lessons will come from the lessons I have, gathered from my own life and the lives I have seen around me. The first thing you have there is what? Know your customers. Know your customers. Let's use organic product. That's what is running for women now. Organic this, organic that. You want to glow, and all of that. So let's use production of organic product as an example. So imagine you want to start a business selling organic products. Before you invest in the ingredients and packages, it is very crucial that you do these things, that you do your market research, all right? It is very crucial that you know your potential customers. Who values organic products the most? Who would value your product the most? What concerns do they have, all right? Now, when we're talking about organic products, what skin concerns do they have that you can be able to help them solve, all right? What problem will your product or service solve for them? You need to be able to know all of this, because that will help you understand how to tailor your product to meet the needs of your customers. You don't want to build a product that will not have any customer for it. You don't want to build a product that will not be sellable. That's the worst thing you can ever do. So before you go into start building that mass production of whatever it is you want to do, you want to first of all do your market research. I'll share an example with you. Remember I told you that when I left the bank, I entered the entrepreneurship circle and I wanted to do business, and the business I needed to do, I decided I was going to be noodle. That was the first question was, what line of business? I said, what kind of food packaged food? What kind of packaged food will I be able to acquire now? Will I be able to start? And I landed on noodles. Then the next question for me was, who would buy my noodles in large quantity? I looked around, did my market research, and I saw that the highest profit on a carton of noodles was 50 naira. And I said, so what will it take me to make 500 naira? And I calculated it. I said, no, I'll have to sleep here while I'm making only 100,000. How will I be able to sell this in large quantity? And I did my research, and boom, the one thing that came to my head was to sell to school. And I'll continue from there when we enter the next one. And that was how I began to build my 9 figures. You need to do this one. If you don't do this, it's like jumping primary 1 to go to primary 3. Or it's like not finishing 1, 2, 3 and you want to write common entrance. So this is a very vital thing for you to do. By the way, before we move on, I have a worksheet. I told you that when you come in, it's going to be very practical. And that was why I said, if you had your pen and paper, write it down. I'm going to share a worksheet with you. Admin, please, can you drop that worksheet titled Know Your Customers? So you can, if you're here, you can download it from the chat box now. If you've downloaded it, open it, you want to work with it. So Know Your Customers worksheet is there. The first thing you have there is what is your target market name? Your product must be built for someone. You can't sell to the whole world. It's not possible, all right? You can't have one product that is for the whole world. It must be for one particular niche more than it is for others. So you must have to know your target market name. What is their geographic location? What works in Nigeria may not work in China. It may not work in Canada. It may not work in US. Okay, what is their geographic location? Even as much as Lagos, Abuja, Enugu, and all of that. What do they secretly desire? When you know, the more you know about these, your customers, the more direct and the more pinpointed your product will be to satisfying their needs, and the more purchasing power it will give you. Okay, so how would you describe your target market? You that is about to sell to them, how would you describe your target market? The next is, how would they describe themselves? So it's one thing to describe them, it's another thing to know how they see themselves. All right, what are they afraid of? These are just some of the few things that you can use to, decipher who your target audience is. What are they afraid of? What are their 3 pain points? What are their 3 top goals? What are they currently doing to achieve these goals? Now, I want to ask, what is the, remember we are looking at you being able to validate and monetize a business idea. And I said that business idea must be tailored to someone. So what is the quantifiable end result? That means what is the problem? What is the solution you're going to give them? So what is the quantifiable end result you want to help them achieve? All right. What is it costing them now to reach that result? That result you want to give them. For example, we use organic products. Let's say the person has scaly skin and they've been trying to get their skin to shine and to glow. And you know that your products, when they use your product, it will help them glow. So that becomes your quantifiable end result, okay? What is it costing them to reach that quantifiable end result? You're talking about lack of confidence. That's what it will cost them when they don't have fine skin. So you need to know what your problem will solve for them. What is their current state and what will be their state when you're done with them? I need you to download that and answer that. This is just a sneak peek of some of the questions. We have a more detailed worksheet that would help you to decipher who your client avatar is, okay? So take a screenshot of that. That is the number 1, know your customer, and that is the know your customer worksheet. So let me go ahead again and share my screen. So we'll continue from where we stopped. All right. So the next thing you have to do there is what? Solve a real problem. What problem is that product solving? There must be a problem the product is solving. So you ensure that the product or service must serve a real and existing problem for a particular market segment. Let's take, for instance, you want to build a product that can cater to women. Women in what category? Okay, is it women that are just newly married, or women that have preschool children, or women that are in menopause, or women that, it has to be for a particular market segment. It has to solve a particular problem. Remember, I keep reminding you that we are looking at how to validate and monetize a business idea, because sometimes the problem is you have an idea that is not sellable. So let me go back to that example I use now. So let's say you discover that many people struggle with sensitive skin issues and they cannot find gentle, effective skincare products. Now you want to build a product that would be good for that sensitive skin. So the product addresses the problem directly. It means that you're solving a particular problem for them. So make sure your idea solves the problem people actually have, like finding a gentle skincare, like I said. For example, when I entered that line of business of noodles and supplying schools, what I saw, first of all, was the problem they were having by, having to go to the market to buy these noodles, to buy the food stuff. At times, they had issues with the bus breaking down and all of that. Maybe a school that has 1 or 2 buses, the children want to go for excursion or want to go somewhere, and they are struggling with it. So I saw the problem of bringing the products to them. I said, don't worry, I will supply you. But in the process of doing that, he did another thing for me. I was supplying them, and I saw that they were struggling with not having enough budget, and I extended credit facility to them. Do you know what it did? It made them increase the number of times students were eating noodles in the school. So it hides their purchasing power, and it made me sell more. But amazingly, they would buy. Before the product in the warehouse would finish, they would have paid. So it increased my purchasing power because I extended credit facility to them, and I was taking the product to them. So I was solving that problem. I made the purchase of the product very easy for them. So you need to find out the problem your people are having and how you can solve that problem for them. Okay, so I solved the feeding challenge, and then I solved the transportation challenge for them as well. So you tailor it down to a niche. Like I said, you cannot sell to everyone. You have to have a niche that your product will solve, okay, will cater for. And then it must speak to a particular segment more than others. Like, we created a product and we said, okay, women, what did we call it? The CEO Chic Academy, for those of you who have seen it, all right? It doesn't mean that men, when they buy it, they will not find value in it. But we know that what we are going to be discussing will tailor more to women. Does not mean that men will not get access to it and gain value from it, okay? So you need to understand. And then the third thing is what? Start small and learn fast. This one is key. Why? Because a lot of people think that because they don't have plenty money, I don't have millions, I will not be able to start a business. Yeah, it's your customers worksheet. Yeah. And then that your customers worksheet solves the 2 problems for you. It solves that your customers, and it solves the number 2 problem, which is solving a real problem if you go through the questions. So number 3 is what? Start small and learn fast. Instead of launching a full scale of skincare products, because we're using it as an example, start with a simple basic product like a gentle facial cleanser. And then this becomes your minimum viable product. So by getting it to the market quickly, all right, you can gather feedback from your customers and real users and improve on it, and then expand your product line. If you're here and you want to start a business and what has been keeping you down is because you don't have millions, you're wasting your time and you're telling yourself a big fat lie. For example, what helps me when I think back to my business journey, I think what helped me succeed the most was the fact that I could only start small. The company had gold, silver, bronze, but I was only able to start at the bronze level. And I think if I started at the gold level, maybe I wouldn't have done well, because I learned how to reinvest my proceeds back. Those that started with gold and silver eventually fell out of the business. I was the only remaining major distributor in my territory. So when I started that distributorship business at the lowest level, like I said, I owe part of my success to that, all right? So there's something that happens when you start small. Apart from the fact that it pushes you to grow, it makes you to be more conservative, all right? So when I got the product and sampled it with the 4 schools, they liked it, and then the positive result traveled, news spread fast. Even some of the principals gave it to others, and then I expanded from there, because now I had seen for sure that this was the product students liked, and they were always chanting, Mimi noodles, Mimi noodles. That was the product actually by May and Baker. But I didn't just buy one giant truckload like that. I started small. If you have the money, start big by all means too. But then as an entrepreneur, you start with whatever you have. It's a typical case of what happened in the Bible. What do you have in your hands? Whatever it is you have in your hands, all right, start with it. By the way, if you're here and your problem is finances, you feel you don't have money to start your business, you may have to go and listen. Go to my YouTube channel, Chinoya Anadere, and you look at the training I did there a couple of weeks ago, where I talked about the 7 ways to raise capital to start your business, all right? So if you're here and your problem is that you don't have money, we have sorted that one out, okay? So I'm not going to go into that. Go to my YouTube channel. My name is Chinoya Anadere. Go there and look at that 7 ways to start a business, to raise the capital to start a business, and you get the value you need from there, okay? All right, so you start with the simple basic. That's what I call your minimum viable product, okay? Then you get it to the market quickly. I already said that. You gather feedback from real users that will help you know if you should forge ahead with the product or if you should recline. You want to know that. You need to test run. It's like someone that wants to bake a giant cake and first of all bakes cupcake. Then how good the cupcake is will make you know if your recipe for cake, that recipe you have for that cake, is actually good. Number 4 is what? Stay agile. Stay agile. I like that word for a reason. So if customers, for example, we are still using the facial, the skincare product, okay? And we said instead of going into that full-blown skincare product, start with facial cleanser and then expand from there. So what I mean by stay agile is if customers love your cleanser, but they want a matching moisturizer, you must be ready to adapt. You must be ready to adapt, okay? So what the Lean Startup does for you is that it encourages flexibility and enables you to adjust quickly based on your customers' feedback. So if you're ready and eager to adapt, be flexible and adjust quickly based on your customer feedback. Do not be afraid to tweak your offerings. That is the essence of getting customer feedback. For example, for people that have flavors, customers may like one flavor more than the other. You may see that some people are reacting to one. You may have to discontinue it, be flexible. Nothing is cast on stone. And of course, like I love to say, think outside the box. And again, I'll use my journey as an example, okay? So when I started off with noodles and I started supplying schools in noodles, I saw an opportunity to supply other products. How did that opportunity come? Because I was diligent with their supply. Because I had a mantra that once any order comes, I must have to deliver. At times, I had to supply even on Sundays. I had to put my own convenience, drop it aside just to please them. And then when the opportunity came that they needed major vendors, they unanimously chose me. And that was an opportunity for me to supply other products because I told them, I said, you're using me as a major vendor. Why do I have to be supplying only noodles? Why can't I give you other products? And then that expanded me, blew me out of the waters. I wasn't now giving only noodles. I had the opportunity to give spaghetti, milk, sugar, macaroni, rice, beans, name it. Imagine if I just stuck my head to noodles, because it wasn't the noodles that gave me the 9 figures. It was the other products I brought in that made it possible for me to grow that business to multiple 9 figures. All right. So I observed that the principals had no plans again after that one. I observed again that the principals most of them had no plans. Your eyes must be open. You must be agile, okay? They had no plans for retirement because I was asking them, so after life as a principal, what happens next? Most of them didn't have any ready answer. So it led me into personal development and I started looking for how to help them and grow their finances when they leave that job, all right? So that's one thing you need to do. Think outside the box and think of ways to expand your business, okay? I do help them now. A lot of them joined my team, and then I built a course to help them as well. So you can see the progression there. Be ready and willing to think outside the box, okay? I missed a worksheet. I have to take you guys back to now number 2. Start small and learn fast. Let's go back to it. So I'll stop this share now. I was supposed to share a worksheet with you. So I'll go back. So I talked about starting small and learning fast, okay? But I was supposed to share this worksheet. So look at the worksheet there. So the first thing you have there is what is the least amount of money you need to start the business? I am not the one to answer this question for you. For you to be saying, I want to start a business, I want to be an entrepreneur, you need to first of all know how much it is you want. What is the least amount that you need to start the business? And how did you come to this figure? Meaning that you must have done your market research of the existing businesses or businesses that look alike of that business to know exactly the amount you're looking for. All right. So what are the 5 possible ways to raise this figure? If you don't know, go back to that YouTube and listen to that video again. 7 ways to raise capital for your business is in my YouTube channel. And do well to like and subscribe while you're at it so that I don't miss any other thing coming there. So the next question in there is, if you were sure of getting 1,000 sales today, I need us to think, because some of us, what holds us down is fear of the unknown. And that's why I put that thing in that worksheet there. If you were sure of getting 1,000 sales today, for example, you started your skincare product and you're sure that you're going to sell 1,000 products of that shampoo or whatever it is you started with, your moisturizer or what would you do to ensure you make those 1,000 sales? That is what you should do every day of your business. So what can you sacrifice to increase your chances of success by 10%? Are you going to sacrifice your time on YouTube? Are you going to sacrifice your time on Netflix? Are you going to sacrifice your time on what? Are you going to sacrifice your time on? I remember when I used to watch, I used to read Stella Dimokokos. I was always reading Stella Dimokokos until I read one of the books and I think it was Compound Effect I read, and I had to drop that. So what are you going to sacrifice to increase your success by 20%? I hope you have downloaded this. So what can you sacrifice to increase your chances of success by 20%? You're the only one that can answer these questions for yourself. What can you sacrifice to increase your chances by 30%? So that's our worksheet. Have you guys downloaded it? If you've downloaded it, let's move on, okay? I hope you've downloaded it, because this is a working class. It's not like our other webinars where we come and talk. So I was on which one now? Stay agile. Yeah, that's where I was. Okay, so let's move on. You've downloaded it. So number 5 is what? Talk to your customers. Talk to your customers. You have to engage early. Ask of other problems they may have. What can you sacrifice to increase your success by 30%? You answer that question. And then 50%, as the case may be. Look around you. There must be something you have to. Maybe your time on Netflix. I told you what I had to give, my time with Stella Dimokoku's blog. All right. And then when I watch a movie now, I watch because I want to watch. I'm intentional about it. All right. So talk to your customers, engage early, ask of other problems they may have. Conduct surveys. Ask them what they like about your product. Ask them what could be better about your product. The worst mistake you can make is to think that you have built a product that is the best and top-notch and nothing can be done to it again. No. All right. So what other skincare concerns do they have for those in the skincare business? What other skincare problems do they have that you can solve? All right. What line of business am I going to? Okay, for the food again, I had to ask what other kind of food can I supply to them? And I already told you that. So look around you. There are things that are related to your business. What other thing can you add? Trust me, as an entrepreneur, it is very vast. What we can do is vast. All right. And we keep doing that. As long as we keep putting our foot one after the other, one in front of the other, we'll keep expanding. So, like I said, I created a course at a time. And when I pre-launched it, I had to ask questions from the first people that bought during the pre-launch. And the responses I got made me realize how good the course was actually. Assuming they had said they didn't like it or had gotten a very negative review, I wouldn't have continued with it. So you need to do that for your business as well. You need to conduct surveys, okay? That will help you to perfect whatever product you have brought, to keep making it better and better, okay? Talk to your customers. I want to show you an example of how you can talk to your customers. Talk to your customers has a worksheet. I hope you're getting all the worksheets. They are for your use. You can decide to use them, okay, for the good of your business. I need you to see an example of what a survey that you can ask your customers look like. I'm sure that the entrepreneurs in the house are very familiar with this, but I'm aware also that we have employees and people who aren't entrepreneurs yet. So I want to give you an example of what it looks like so you can know how to implement it when you eventually become one, which of course is very soon in the next couple of days, as I'll show you. So talk to your customers worksheet looks like this. Number one question is, how did you first hear about our business? All right. Was it through social media, word of mouth, online search, or others? Please specify. This is me talking to my customers now. And number two, what motivated you to make a purchase? I'm talking to my customers now. What motivated you to make a purchase with us? It could be the quality of our products. It could be the pricing. It could be recommendations from friends and colleagues. We want to know, because we want to know what is working best for us, and we'll multiply. We'll put so much energy into that is working much more than the others, okay? On a scale of 1 to 5, how satisfied are you with our product or service? On a scale of 1 to 5, you want to know, 1 being that, oh, they don't like it so much, being that they're extremely satisfied. You want to know how people perceive the product you have built. It can be good in your head. Is it good to your customers? Is it what your customers need? All right, so you need them to tell you. Number 4, what do you like most about our product? Let them tell you what they like. Is it the perfume? For the skincare product, is it how it feels on the skin? Is it how it makes them glow? Is it the fact that it's affordable for them? All right. What areas do you think we can improve on? Now you're asking them for feedback. Nobody knows it all. That idea from your customer can be the trigger point for you to expand your business. Would you recommend our product or service to a friend or colleague? If they give you a yes, it means they really, really love it, because many people don't like appending their names to what they are not proud of, okay? Then the last one there says, do you have any additional comments or suggestions for us? Feel free to add anything. This is just a sample of what talking to your customers could look like, okay? Feel free to add whatever it is you want to add to, but ensure that when you launch out that product or service, you want to talk to your customers to get feedback. Nothing beats that, okay? Nothing beats that. So now that you've downloaded it, let's continue. That's what it's for, to get feedback from your customers. That's an example of what talk to your customers look like, okay? Fantastic, let's move on. So number 6, find your money maker. This one is the one I love because I love the sound of money. I love everything about money. Find your money maker. You need to explore different ways to make money from your skincare business, for example, from your smoothie business, for example. What other business? From your service, like laundry business is a service. For the laundry business, you want to just wait in the office, or you want to go to their homes to collect their clothes, or you want to have a point where they drop it. Explore so many options. Maybe you sell industrial products, okay? You sell individual products, for example, using the skincare again, or you want to offer subscription boxes for them. You want to give them buy Kaneko, get this one. Maybe you want to say buy 10 and get a hanky, buy this and get that. You need to explore different things. Will you partner with a spa? Will you partner with a salon? How do you want to sell? Explore different options and find what works for you. Okay, testing various revenue models would help you discover what works best for your business and your customers. So you need to explore ways to make money from your business. That's what I meant by finding your money maker. All of them cannot give you the money equally, okay? One will work better. For example, when I started, I saw that selling in the market was just a waste of time for me. What I could do with the schools, I could sell more than 400% with 400% profit with what I was doing in the market. What do you think I did? I reduced the effort I was putting into, selling in the market, and I channeled the manpower into this other one. So you need to find out what works for you and then use the data wisely. When you find out what your money maker is, you use the data wisely. You don't want to get the data and pocket it. So when you keep track of your sales figure, your customer feedback, your website analytics, when you have one, you find out if people are buying more cleansers, for example. Remember, we're using skincare as an example. Are they buying more cleansers than the moisturizers? Or which one is moving the more? Which one is giving you so much money? Okay, is your website traffic coming from the social media? Is it coming from word of mouth? Is it coming from your street ads? Where is it coming from? So you need to know, is it coming from the search engine? You need to know. Analyzing the data helps you to make informed decisions and steer your business in the right direction. So I was telling you about my business. When I analyzed my data, All right. Even though I had opened 3 depots, I told you I had a depot in Suleja, I had a depot in Buari, I had a depot in Kubwa. But I discovered that my school business was giving me more than 300% of those other depots put together. I closed down Buari first. Then later I closed down Suleja and I maintained Kubwa as my depot. And I channeled all my resources, both the manpower, the energy, into acquiring. And eventually I became a major vendor with all the secondary school in FCT, because that gave me much more. So the data you're going to get, what are you going to use it for? All right. What are you going to use it for? Because I ensured that there was no competition there. So what are you going to do with the data you're going to gather? Use it to your benefit. So if you're a business owner now currently listening to me and you don't keep track of your sales figure, error, big error. If you're an aspiring entrepreneur and you're not planning on keeping your sales figure, track of your sales figure, fat error. You need to keep your sales figure. You need to have your customer feedback and your website analytics. If you don't have website, fine and good, find a way to have, but you need to know what is working and what isn't working. Okay? You need to know what is working and what isn't working. So at this point now, I want to make an announcement. If you're here, this is a point where some people may be allowed to leave, okay? If you're here and you're the type that feels that entrepreneurship is not for you, you can gather all the information you have gathered so far and exit. If you're here and you think, oh, I don't want to take charge of my life, I like people planning my life, I like to be an employee, I like the fact that I don't have to go through the rigors of entrepreneurship, you can as well carry all the worksheets you have gotten and all the information, the notes, you go and allow somebody to keep planning your life. But if you're here and you believe that you have what it takes to be a thriving entrepreneur and to build a 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure business, and you want to know how to do that, listen and listen, we have something fantastic for you. Okay, we have something amazing for you. If you're here and you believe that investing in yourself is the best place to start, then pay attention. All right. If you think you don't have anything to, you don't want to invest in yourself, spending money on yourself is nothing. I am not worth it. I'd rather take ice cream. Oh yeah, Tefi, man. But if you want to know what making money is all about, you want the adventure of building a business that can be scaled up to 7, 8, or 9 figures so that you can begin to travel around the world, buy the cars of your choice, live in neighborhoods where, amazing places, do things because you want to do them, then what I'm about to show you is what you should pay great attention to. But I want to ask you first, would you like me to give you the exact blueprint I used to build multiple 8 and 9-figure businesses, and I'll work with you to launch out in 30 days? So here is the exact blueprint I used, and I've tried it in several industries, and it has been proven to work over and over again. And everything shows that when you implement it, you're going to get the same result I got. That's what I'm about to show you. And we packaged it into what we call the CEO Chick Academy. It's a course, a unique coaching program to help you discover the business idea that suits your personality and build a profitable business out of it. It's not for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. It's not for the 9-to-5 mentality people. It's not for those who do not believe they have what it takes to thrive. It's not for those who do not think that 9 figures is achievable. It is for those who are hungry to make something fantastic out of themselves. They are the ones that CEO Chick Academy is. So what do you stand to benefit from the CEO Chick Academy? You have a lifetime access to the CEO Chick Academy. It's not a 1-month thing. It's not a 2-month thing. It's a lifetime access to this. All right. And this is where we show you how to turn your ideas, your skills and expertise into a 7-figure business in 90 days or less, guaranteed. Even if you're a stay-at-home mom or you work a 9-to-5 or you have no idea what to sell at all, the CEO Chick Academy is for you. Another thing you start to gain here is an instant access to the CEO Chick Mind Clinic. We don't play with the Mind Clinic, because this is where you discover the mental strategies that are necessary for you to build successful business in less than 90 days. The Mind Clinic, get the mind right, get everything right. In the Mind Clinic, you will get the behind the scenes and discover the mental strategies that are necessary for you to build successful business in less than 90 days, like I said, so you can avoid trial and error and build highly successful businesses. You will learn how to equip your mind with the unwavering resilience needed for the entrepreneurial journey, which is your foundation for long-term success. We don't play with the Mind Clinic. It is a compulsory clinic for everyone, okay? Again, you will also learn how to harness the power of a fortified mindset and make crucial mental shifts necessary for wealth creation and building a foundation for financial freedom. You will be shown how to seamlessly navigate the intricate journey of self-awareness and self-discovery, unlocking your true potential along the way. For those of you that will be staying till the end, I have a fantastic gift for you. I like to save the best for the last. So hang in there. As long as you didn't leave when I said all of that, hang in there and hear what we have for you today. This is for you. You will learn how to elevate your mindset, conquer your subconscious, and set yourself up for lasting success. All right. We also have the revolutionary dream testers tool. It's a one of its kind. Okay. You want to use that. This toolkit has it contains so many years experience. It's a toolkit that exemplifies the accumulation of many years worth of lessons learned in business. All right. It shows what worked and what didn't work, and finally how to avoid some pitfalls. I like to give an example. If what will I use now? Okay, fine. Dangote Cement. We know that Dangote, is the richest man in Africa, right? He comes and tells you, okay, come, I will teach you how to do a cement business. You can be sure that whatever he shows you is going to work. That's as much as what we're saying here is, because it's been proven. And like I said, it's only a fool that argues with results. Once something has been proven to work, it's like the law of gravity. You cannot question that. All right. So I created this out of a genuine desire to make the success journey very easy for you. It's literally like plug and play for you. So the next thing you get is our dream transition template. It is packed full with value. Okay, the dream transition template throws light on how you can move from being a daydreamer to an actual dream builder. It removes you from the fantasy world and puts you in the real world and goes on to push you to chase your dreams. So with the templates, you get clarity of vision, you get concrete action steps, you will get enhanced focus, you will get a time management mastery and overcome procrastination, amongst other things. And of course, this is what I love the most, because there is nothing as good as being in the midst of those who have like minds, of course, like you. So one of the most important things you need is a community of close-knit, ambitious women who are gunning for the greater good of their families. All right, whether married or unmarried, okay? They are go-getters. You have the opportunity to be in their midst if you belong to the CEO Chick Academy. We have other benefits. We said we want to, give you back to back. You have access to over 30 plus video lessons in the CEO Chick Academy. We conduct periodic question and answers, so you're never going to be left alone, okay? If you encounter any question, you have a place to ask, question and answer sessions, and we answer the questions. And of course, my amazing book, the free copy of The Limitless Woman, but I said terms and conditions apply. So I will tell you the terms and conditions is not something big, of course, all right? It's not something big, but I needed to put that there. That is not for everyone. Terms and conditions apply. It is one book that you really have to have in your hands. Have it on your bookshelf. Make sure that everyone in your house reads that book. Yes. So all of these things now, the value is over $1,000. Trust me, the value of what you're going to get. The CEO Chick Academy, the CEO Chick Clinic, Mind Clinic, the Dream Testers Toolkit, the Dream Transition Template, the CEO Community, all of that is over $1,000. But like I said, I saved the best for the last. So look at this. We have a bonus for you, and I call it hot bonus number 1. You get 100 business idea black book. We know you're an employee. We know you're an aspiring entrepreneur, or you're even an entrepreneur, but you're not thriving, you're not doing well. You're not sure that the business you're doing aligns with your personality. You're not sure that the business you're doing is what you should be doing. We have more than 100 business ideas in our black book that you can choose from. You can take one, you can take multiple and tweak it. We have done that work for you. I told you that it is like plug and play. All right, you get your hand on our blog book and you don't have anything stopping you from launching your business, because we've done the thoughts for you, we've done the working for you. This expansive blog book provides you with an extensive menu with over 100 unique business models and niches to tap into, which dramatically eliminates wasting time by not knowing what business to start. So with this, you instantly get an abundance of untapped ideas tailored to various interests, skills, and budgets. Amazing. These 100 concepts are more than just ideas. I needed to say that. They have been thoroughly vetted and endorsed by experienced business veterans and strategists. So this ensures that your efforts are invested only in proven profitable businesses. So you will discover a diverse array of unexpected and unconventional yet highly practical and profitable business niches that most entrepreneurs overlook. So you get to find your breakthrough opportunity in the Black Book. And that's a bonus we are throwing in for you at no extra cost. Hot chick number 2 is what you should run and grab. I have not done this before. This is the first time we are bringing this hot chick bonus number 2. The people that are already part of CEO Chick Academy, they didn't get this opportunity, but I decided to throw it in. And that is opportunity to belong to a mastermind group. But this one equally has terms and conditions, just like the Limitless Woman. The first 15 persons to register is not for everybody. If 100 people pay for this night, everybody will not get it. The first 15 persons to register will have the opportunity to belong to the mastermind group. In the mastermind group, we have rare privileges and we get direct mentorship. So you're not just going to buy the course and be on your own. I am going to work with you as we use the course. We are going to do it together over the next couple of weeks. All right, I intend to make it 3 weeks, starting on 1st of March. But this only comes to the first 15 people to register. And I want to keep that open. I want to keep that open for the next 72 hours. But one thing why I don't want to mention 72 hours is you don't have any guarantee of having it if you're waiting for 72 hours. Once we hit that number 15, we close. The total amount you have here is over $1,200. But that's not what you're going to pay. And sure, you're itching to know, what are we going to pay to get this? To get all of these things we have mentioned now, the CEO Chick Academy, the CEO Chick Mind Clinic, the Dream Testers Toolkit, Dream Transition Template, belong to the community, get the business idea Black Book, and be a part of the Mastermind Mentorship Group. If you're one of the first 15, all you need to pay is a little sum of 49,000 naira. 49 freaking thousand naira is all you need to pay to have all of these things in your fingertips. If you got value from that little webinar, it means that when you look at what we have detailed out in this course, you will know that 49 is just little figure for it. So, like I said, if you pay within 72 hours, you will gain access to the mastermind group. If you are amongst the first 15 persons to pay, I'm singing and shouting it. If you're among the first 15 persons to pay, so you will not come and say I paid and I'm not among. You want to join the mastermind group? The account details are there. Okay, that's someone that bought the course before. Chime said, I want to join the mastermind group. All right, she's writing it there. Chime, maybe I should unmute you to come and give us first-hand experience of how the course has been. Let me unmute you. Are you open to it? Chinwe, are you open to it? I told you that the people that bought it initially, I didn't open the mastermind mentorship group to them. All right, but I've decided to do it now, and it only comes. Okay, she said yes. So I'm going to unmute you now. It's only going to be available for the first 15 persons. I've made you co-host, so you can unmute. Just 2 minutes before I continue. The account details are there on the screen. The first 15 persons only. Chima, the floor is yours.
Okay, can you hear me now? Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes,
okay, so I got the course last year, and it was just impactful for me. And the truth is, I've got a lot of training before now, and I'm telling you, I'm a small business owner. I am a woman, and I'm telling you that the tips I got are things that work for your business. The CEO Chick Mind Clinic was just a reorientation of your mind. It changes everything for you. One of the things that hit me seriously was the price you need to pay. You know, I think before I was like, okay, I wanted to grow my business. I wanted to do this. I know I'm going to pay a price. But after going through that first Mind Clinic thing, I knew the price that I thought I was going to pay was way less. I had imagined way less what I was going to pay. You know, and then for the first few weeks, I felt a little depressed, because this means that I had to do a lot of work, you know. So I started raising up for the challenge ahead, and so far I've been seeing great results. Then there was another webinar you did, and you were talking about how to get funds for your business. You talked about, and those are solid things. I get credit facility upfront from my suppliers, and I don't fail. I'm talking about doing like close to maybe like 300 to 500 in a week just by having integrity. These things help your business grow. You cannot imagine how much your business can benefit from these things. Then another thing she said also was having how to source for money. You don't just approach people and say, oh, come and give me 500,000. No, my business idea is good though. And everybody wants to make money. The country is getting harder. People want to make extra funds. As I'm telling you now, I approached a family member, a distant relation. I gave her an option to invest with a certain monthly payment. She dropped payment immediately, like immediately. You understand? So what I'm saying is, this is someone that has had this. These are things you may not know that work, but they do work. So I'm in my shop, I'm selling. I have to tell my wonderful customer to just wait a minute so that I can talk. So please, when you pay this 49,000, you're not wasting your time. These are things that mistakes you will make in business. Time is money when you're in business. I'm telling you, I'm really happy. And Madam Chinaya, please add me to the mastermind group. Thank you so much. Let me go back to my business. Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. There's nothing as good as getting the feedback from someone who is currently using it. So if you're here, like I told you, this is the first time I'll be throwing up. Thank you so much, Chinwe. This is the first time I'll be throwing open the mastermind group. And I don't want to have so many people in my hand so that I can manage it. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll see if we'll do it again. So I can only take 15 people. So I have left the window open for 72 hours, but that is not a guarantee that you will get it if you wait for 72 hours. Once you hit that 15 persons, we will close that number. The account details are there on the screen. If you're interested, go ahead and make that payment, okay? So 72 hours, like I said, if you're among the first 15. So it's either you pay into the account details there, or you go to ceochickacademy.com and pay. It is 49,000 naira. I already said it is 49,000 naira. It is 49,000. Look at it, boldly written there with nothing again on the screen. It is just a giveaway price. We want it to be such that no woman will say, I don't have any reason. No woman will complain again, because you know that while we may not be able to change a country, we can change one family at a time. And how best do we change a family? By helping the women improve their financial stability. All right. So it's 49,000. You can either go to www.ceochickacademy.com or you pay into the account details there. All right. So that is our bonus 2 opportunity to belong to a mastermind group. I stated it again, the first 15 persons to register. All right. Rare privileges and direct mentorship there. And then more templates and toolkits await you. What you're going to get is what's more than $1,200 off of 49,000 naira. But let me ask you a question. If all you're able to get from this is turn your ideas, your skills and expertise into a 7-figure business in 90 days or less, guaranteed, do you think it will be worth it? Would that be worth it? I need to answer that question. Would that be worth it? If all that we're able to do was to help you fast track and guarantee your success by modeling proven businesses and hot markets, would it be worth it? If all we're able to do is to give you step-by-step guide to secure funding for your business, would it be worth it? I need you to understand that in your hands, you have been given the opportunity to rewrite your financial destiny. It's enough. The complaint should end. When I was building this business, I had this course, I had 2 choices. One was to make it so low and sell plenty. The other choice was to increase it a little and commit so much time, energy, passion to it, which was what I did. All right. So now the choice is yours. You can either do 2 things. But before I ask you that, I want you to answer yourself what your own business is worth to you. What is one successful business worth to you? Is it just worth $1,000? Is it worth $5,000 per month? What is one successful business worth to you? By the time you answer this question, then you answer how much you would pay to get it. You see that 49,000 is just It's just so that it will be as if we collected something from you when you compare that to the value inherent in this. So here's how much it will cost you not to have your own business. In case you're thinking of not having your own business, without your own business, you will miss out on the opportunity for financial independence forever. Without your own business, you will never get the chance to build a source of income that is not limited by a fixed salary. Without your own business, you will never be able to create multiple streams of income. My dear friend, without your own business, it simply means you will never be financially free. Because when you know what it will cost you when you don't have your own business, you will begin to understand the importance of what we are showing you today. So if you ask me, that is too much a price to pay. That is why I don't call this a cost. I call it an investment. So even if I had charged $197, it wouldn't have been anything. But we put it that because we want you to be a CEO chick in the next 30 days. I want to be talking. Look at how I'm so excited. Look at that. In the next 30 to 90 days, you can be the one speaking in one of our webinars, sharing your success stories. So to get started now, you just need to pay 49,000 Naira today. You see, we have not changed our price. When we put it at 49,000 was when dollar was 1,000 Naira. Like you heard her say, she bought it last year. Dollar is now 1,006 something, and we still left it at 49,000 for now. I don't know if we'll change it soon, but for now, it still maintains the price it was when dollar was 1,000 Naira, okay? So you have two choices. The first option is to do nothing. Don't take any leap of faith, which is, by the way, 100% risk-free. There's no risk in this. So the first option is do nothing. The second option is to pony up this small investment today compared to all the value you get in return and just give this a shot. What is it going to be for you? But I tell you categorically that if I can't make you money, I don't deserve your money. And that's why I'm giving you a 90 days guarantee. All right, that you have 100% 90 days ironclad money back guarantee. That sign up today. If you don't like it for any reason, just let me know and I'll give you back your money with my full chest. That is to show you that we know what we have built in there for you. But I want you to understand, you listening to me today, that this is not about me. This is about you. It's not about me. The prize is 49,000 to rewrite your story in the next 30 to 90 days. You will be a big business owner looking at 7 figures. The account details are there on the screen. Send your proof of payment to 0817488597, or you can go to www.ceochickacademy.com. Follow the prompts there for your payment. So what value did you pick today? What was your take from this session today? Okay, Sophia said, I need to invest in myself. Very important. Fine. Okay, that's amazing. Be intentional about your life. All right, so with that, I bring this to a close. It's been an amazing time with you guys. God bless you. God bless you. Remember, if you're in the chat group, you're going to post it in the chat group. If you're not, take a snapshot of this. All right, take a snapshot and make your payment if you want to be among the first 15. All right, so everyone, have a blessed evening. Bye. Till I come your way next time, I remain your humble servant, Chinaya Anadere. God bless you.